Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about 10 different fragrances that I personally think are fantastic that could use maybe a little bit of a boost. They need to get on that Arnold Schwarzenegger diet, that prime 1970s, 1980s Arnold Schwarzenegger diet. Now, I don't hate any of these fragrances, obviously. I mean, these are A+ fragrances. I like all of them. But I wouldn't argue if maybe they had just a little extra kick. And I can tell you right now, I need a little extra kick too. I'm pretty tired. But we're going to get through this together. So let's jump into it and check out some fragrances that could use a little more performance. I know somebody is going to say, hey man, these fragrances are made the way that they're supposed to be made. They're not supposed to be any stronger than they are. That's just how they are. Accept them for who they are. And I'm right there with you. I accept these fragrances for who they are. But at the same time, sometimes a little enhancement wouldn't hurt. All right, let's kick it off. Your Own Cologne. Yeah, this is good stuff. Bergamot, grapefruit blossom, and musk. This is one of the quintessential summertime fresh scents for me. It has this kind of icy lemonade feel to it when you spray it on. Very brisk, very clean, very inviting, smells amazing. And then it goes away pretty quickly. But the fragrance is, after all, called Your Own Cologne, so probably not a huge surprise there. Typically, when you give a fragrance a cologne flanker, it's not going to be the strongest thing on earth. This one doesn't have that kind of irisy feel that you're going to find in the original Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense or Dior Homme Parfum. So up until the release of Dior Homme 2020, this one stuck out a little bit because this one, while being in the Dior Homme line, did not have that iris and was just trying to be fresh, man. Just try to smell good when it's hot outside. I think it accomplishes that really well. If you want a more affordable version of this fragrance, you can get Jimmy Choo Man Ice. It smells very similar, but is much more affordable, much easier on that pocket. Performance on that one also not great. Whoa, it's me from the future interrupting the video. Just wanted to tell you guys once again about Jet Black Enigma, the fragrance that I creatively directed in collaboration with Michael Malul. Lots of you guys have gotten your bottles in and you've been hitting me up through email, through Messenger, on Instagram, all over the place in comments, letting me know how much you love the fragrance. I'll let you guys know I see you. And I appreciate all the support. You guys freaking rock. In case you're unaware of this fragrance for whatever reason, which you shouldn't be, you should know about it. This one is one, like I said, that I creatively directed, and it's got notes of saffron, vanilla, cardamom, ginger, labdanum, vetiver, oud, tonka, cashmere, and more. It is stunning in the fall and winter. It smells amazing. It's a big compliment puller and it lasts. I've got a link in the description to this fragrance and everything else I talk about in the video today. If you use the code GENTSCENTS on Michael Malul's website, you can save 20%, and that's off everything on the website, not just Enigma. So to everybody out there that's been picking up this limited edition fragrance, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and the people buying backup bottles, that is crazy. Thanks again. You guys rock. Up next, Yves Saint Laurent Loam, which has led to countless flankers, and also the La Nuit de Loam line. Ginger, citrus, additional spices, tonka, and wood, some of the notes in this scent. This one really is one of the fragrances that helped set off that whole ginger plus citrus opening for men that you see everywhere nowadays. That opening just smells fantastic. Citrus and ginger goes together like peaches and tea. That would be a southern kind of thing, I think. Peach tea. You're from somewhere else and that doesn't make sense. We'll just say it goes together like nachos and salsa. YSL Loam, super versatile scent, absolutely kills it. There's a reason that this fragrance has so many flankers. It's because of the popularity of the original one. Versatility through the roof, big compliment factor, office safe. It's ready for dates too. You can pull it off anywhere. This next one is one that's more just a personal favorite of mine. Boss Bottled Tonic. Apple, citrus, ginger, cinnamon, and woods. This one, didn't seem to take off all that well as far as just the mainstream, we'll say. But I think it's a great scent. For spring, summertime, daytime use, office use, casual use. Really like it. It does have that original Boss Bottle DNA, that cinnamon and apple, but it's freshened up here and kind of smoothed out. So instead of that cinnamon kind of being right up there with the apple, like you'll find in the original Boss Bottle or Boss Bottled Intense, instead the apple is here, and then you've got additional citruses and ginger kind of freshening and livening everything up, and the cinnamon sits underneath all that. So instead of being evenly balanced, we'll say, it's kind of tilted more on the side of freshness. Like I said, I like it a lot. I think it's great. Even if some of you out there don't. I'm gonna give you the stink eye for that. You don't like my Boss Bottle Tonic? Let's go with a niche fragrance next, shall we? We'll go with Elysium from Raja Parfum. Look, everybody, look, I found the king of blue fragrances because it's really expensive. It's got citrus, vetiver, juniper, blackcurrant, and about 42,000 other notes. And it does smell really nice. Even though I was kind of playing before about it being the king of blue fragrances, I do think that if you're looking for sophisticated and refined blue fragrance that has that mass appeal, that compliment factor that everybody seeks out with a blue fragrance, but you want it to have more nuance, more depth, and more complexity, this is going to be one of your best bets. Unfortunately, the performance is a little bit hit or miss. Some people seem to get pretty good performance, you know, hey, I get 7-8 hours out of it, and other people will swear they get like 2 hours. I'm somewhere in between those two places. I don't think that it's a horrible fragrance as far as performance goes, but I would like it maybe to have just a little more of a punch, a little more of a kick. And with that one, I'm going to link it below to twistedlily.com. And if you use the code GENTS10 on that website, you'll save yourself 10% off. And that's for the whole freaking website, baby. Because believe it or not, as of this video anyway, that fragrance is more expensive at discounters than retail. At least at Fragrance X, because that's the only one I checked before I got on this video. Because at Fragrance X, as of this video, I think it was like $330, something like that, $330. It's $290 retail, and then you save 10% off that with the GENTS10 code. I'm just saying, sometimes discounters aren't discounted. Next up, we're going with Mandarin from Precious Liquid, and this stuff, love it. Would have really sucked just now if I squeezed and the bottle shattered. That would have sucked. Mandarin, musk, rhubarb, and myrrh, some of the notes in this scent. This is one of my favorite late spring, early summer fragrances. I think it's just so calming and relaxing and clean. And that combination of rhubarb and citrus here just really sets it off. This is one of the fragrances that I will typically take with me on vacations during the summer months. And I will just go buck wild with that thing. I'll spray myself 14, 15 times because it is so inoffensive that even if I'm powerfully radiating fragrance like a long forgotten Marvel superhero that made one appearance one time, Perfume Man, and then everybody went, actually, this is a terrible superhero. Even if I'm radiating fragrance like that, people are gonna smell it and be like, smells nice. Anyway, Mandarin, love this stuff. Precious Liquid, in case you're unaware, is a brand owned by perfumer Richard Rapon. He did Tom Ford Oud Wood, a bunch of other fragrances, and he is a friend of mine, but man, I love this scent. Fantastic. But I do find myself sometimes wishing that it was really just packing a heavy hand, you know? Absolutely worth checking out though. And if you go to Precious Liquid's website, I think that you can still pick up a sample set of their fragrances for free. You just pay shipping. Next up, let's go with Burberry London. This one I love in late fall, early winter, and also late winter. I guess just fall and winter, we'll say. Cinnamon, leather, tobacco, lavender, and port wine. Some of the notes in this fragrance. And so many people out there will tell you, Burberry London, this is the scent of the holidays. It gets thrown around so much. I mean, I've said it before. It becomes cliche and yet also completely accurate. So when you smell it, it does have this kind of cinnamony drink feel to it, along with a good amount of tobacco leaves and leather kind of laying underneath it all. Pretty clean leather, I'd say. Really good fragrance. You would think with all those notes, you know, this boozy factor, cinnamon, spices, leather, tobacco, that this is going to have a real punch to it, a real pop. And it doesn't. It just kind of lays close to your skin and chills out for a little while until it fades into obscurity. But I'll tell you, while you can smell it, it smells great. Absolutely love that one. I've got 2 bottles of it. I have my wimpy bottle and then a full size 100 ml. And, just sitting here right now, probably my favorite fragrance from Burberry that's on the market right now. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure it is. It really does stand out against everything else that they're putting out right now, which is, mainly Mr. Burberry flankers and Hero now. But it kind of is like this fragrance from the previous era of Burberry men's fragrances, we'll say. Let's go with the super cheapie next, Slate from Banana Republic. This one you can find all the time at TJ Maxx and Ross's and Marshall stores. I mean, pretty often actually you'll find Banana Republic fragrances. It doesn't have to be just this one. It can be any number of them. It is really inexpensive though, even on discounters online. 2 notes, clary sage and ginger. So yeah, they didn't really put too much effort into that, the note breakdown. Because, realistically, Banana Republic could have been like, hey, perfumer, can you give us the notes of this fragrance so that we can advertise it? And then they said, yeah, clary sage and ginger. And Banana Republic went, yeah, that's not much, but good enough for me, man. It's good for you. It's good for me, bro. I might have went back to them and been like, can we get a few more? Maybe you could break it out top, mid, base, something. Just let us advertise this. That's what I would have done. But now, all that being said, the complete lack of any effort put into the note breakdown of the fragrance, it does smell really good. Office safe. It's aromatic, clean. Has kind of a slight shampoo kind of vibe at times in a positive way. But I'll tell you guys that this one right here, more so than any of the other ones we're going to talk about today, is just like a queef in the wind. Just, where did it go? You spray on Slate and you go, hey man, that's pretty nice. I'm smelling fresh. I'm smelling clean. Let me head to the office. You get in your car, you drive to the office, you get out of your car. It's already gone. It's gone. You weren't aware at the time that you were driving to the office, but while you were driving, Slate was dying a slow and sad death inside of your car. I said slow. I meant fast. It's gone. It's dead. That is the big drawback with Slate, and actually a number of Banana Republic fragrances presented in such a nice bottle as this one. No performance. Let's go with another niche fragrance here from Diptyque, Eau Duel. Check this out. Mine has changed coloration. Do you see this? It's got a nice amber coloration now. It was clear when I got it. I don't care about that. Some fragrances will change over time. They'll kind of darken up. And no, it's not because I've left this bottle sitting in the sun. It's right over there in the dark where it deserves to be. Vanilla, elemi, juniper, pink pepper, and cardamom, some of the notes in this scent. It is mainly vanilla forward. And you know me, I like vanilla. Vanilla here is kind of dry, and that elemi mixes in kind of underneath it. That's going to be the main support note with the vanilla. And then you've got a lot of different spices kind of mingling throughout. I think it smells very classy. It smells mature, but at the same time, not old or dated. Just mature in the sense that it has its stuff together. Okay. Again, a wonderful, wonderful scent plagued by weak performance. Anyway, Eau Duel, love the scent. Like most Diptyque fragrances, I think it's a wonderful house. Overlooked a little bit. I know it's very popular, but it doesn't get talked about the same as so many other niche brands. Next up, Starwalker from Montblanc. Bamboo, bergamot, sandalwood, and ginger. I love this scent. It has been one of my favorite cheapies for years. The bamboo in here is fantastic. It's got a very relaxing feel to it. Lots of people actually will spray on Starwalker before they go to bed because they find it that calming. Maybe it makes sense. The name Starwalker, spray it on, go to sleep, and then you have a dream and you're just kind of, just out there dreaming. You're amongst the stars, my friend. Just out of body experience wearing your Mont Blanc. Bamboo in here gives a green, very clean feeling, very refreshing. Touch of bergamot, a little sweetness off the top, dries down. A nice soft sandalwood base. I think Starwalker is great. I'm really glad actually that more people talk about it nowadays because it seems like you know, a number of years back, people didn't really give it too much love. I mean, people that knew about it and wore it did, but nobody else. So I'm glad to see more people talk about it and wear it now. And from Starwalker, we're going to go into the final one, Palziliri Sartorial. This one has sandalwood, vetiver, green apple, and oak moss. Some of the notes in the scent. Kind of a cheap looking bottle to an extent. The cap is just this little piece of plastic, and you have a big honking atomizer on there. Look at that thing. What does it look like? Kind of like from a distance, like a cheap version of Azzaro's Wanted or something. This one, when you can find it at discounters, really affordable. I think as of this video at Fragrance X, it's just barely over $20. As for a 50 ml size, this is 100, but still not very expensive. If you like sandalwood scents, this is going to be one of the best smelling, cheap sandalwood designer fragrances you're going to be able to get your hands on. It has a really good similarity to a discontinued fragrance that is crazy expensive nowadays, which is Gucci Rush, which I thankfully own a bottle of. It's sitting behind me over here. That one is going to be really costly. So if you've been looking for an alternative to Gucci Rush, this is going to be one of the better ones that you can go for. Problem, it's a performance. Yes, of course. The projection is really kind of what lets this one down. Initially, you can smell it pretty well, and you're like, there it is. There's that nice sandalwood. Ooh, smells good. And then 30 minutes later, so there we go. 10 A+ fragrances that need a little boost, maybe. Let me know in the comments some of the fragrances that you absolutely love but let you down when it comes to the performance side of things. As always, thanks for hanging with me today. Thanks for your support. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.